What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going red. We're talking about the Chicago Blackhawks as well as the Columbus Blue Jackets. We're going to talk about how a trade between the two teams can really impact both teams here, especially with the start of the season that one of the specific teams are having. Before we get further into the video though, as always, if you guys are new to the channel, let me know if you guys subscribed, like the video if you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers. October 26th, the day I'm recording this video, we hit 500 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do for 500 subscribers yet. I'm still thinking about that, and then I should have a video coming up pretty soon here talking about what I might do for 500 subscribers. So you guys showed amazing support on my St. Louis Blues video that I did the other day, so I decided on doing another one. Clearly, you guys seem to really like these hockey talk videos, which is great because I love doing them, and whenever stuff comes up in the NHL, I want to do some videos just talking about what's going on. I actually thought about this, and I saw something on Twitter which made me think a lot of people aren't talking about this. The Chicago Blackhawks, everyone knows, is having just a rough go. Today, their GM stepped down because of some allegations, stuff that happened back in 2010. I'm not up to date on any of that, so I'm not going to tell you guys what I think because I honestly don't know. So I don't want to say any lies. You guys can probably go look up what happened, but what happened doesn't change or doesn't stop me from making this video. I still want to talk about other things that aren't related to that. So the Chicago Blackhawks started this season, and right now, currently at the time I am recording this video, they are 0-5. They have yet to win a game. Now, I know when they played Vancouver a few days back, they never scored a 5-on-5 goal. Now, they might have since then, because I think they've played a game since then. So they very well could have, but at that point, they didn't. All their goals were scored on the power play. Not good, especially with some of the players they have on their team. Now, with Chicago playing bad so far, you would think, hey, that's good for them. They can get themselves a good draft pick. No, they can't. If you guys do not remember, the Chicago Blackhawks traded their first overall pick, as well as Ballquist, to the Columbus Blue Jackets for Seth Jones' rights. And then they signed him to an 8-year, $9.5 million deal. Ouch. So far, that is not looking very good for the Chicago Blackhawks at all. Seth Jones has not been $9.5 million worth so far this year. Granted, none of the Chicago Blackhawks have so far this season. But that's the problem here. The fact the Columbus Blue Jackets, who I personally think are not going to be that great of a team. They are overachieving right now. They're playing pretty good right now. Patrick Laine's playing good, which he's expected to play good. But I do see at the end of the season them being in the bottom of their division. Definitely not the bottom of the league because I think there's still worse teams in other divisions, but bottom of their division. So definitely a fighting chance at getting the first overall pick and Shane Wright. But if this trend continues for the Chicago Blackhawks, the Columbus Blue Jackets could have two picks, two high chances at getting Shane Wright. Now let's take a look at, I'm going to tell you guys who the Chicago Blackhawks play next in their couple games here, because this is a big deal. This goes from the Chicago Blackhawks being 0-5 to 0-8. So from the day I'm recording this video, tomorrow, Chicago Blackhawks play the Leafs. That's a tough one. That one's honestly going to be, the outcome of that is going to be bad for either team. The Leafs are struggling, so if they lose that, their fan base is going to go crazy because they just gave Chicago their first win. Chicago loses that, they're 0-6. Doesn't get any better. A couple days after that, they play the Carolina Hurricanes, who are on fire, currently undefeated right now at the time I'm recording this video. That's going to be a tough game, potentially an L, like everyone would think that's a loss. And then it gets worse because the next day, back to back, they play the St. Louis Blues. So St. Louis Blues are also undefeated. They're 6-0 right now. So that's also a very, very tough one. Then they play the Ottawa Senators. Now that's a game they can win. I do think Ottawa right now, if the Chicago Blackhawks are 0-8, Ottawa's going into that definitely not 0-8, so they might have more confidence. They might even be able to make Chicago go 0-9. Then the Chicago Blackhawks play the Hurricanes again, then Winnipeg, then Nashville. Nashville's a beatable game. In their next like 5 games or so, maybe 6 games, they have 2 teams that they could beat, and that's Nashville and Ottawa, and that's not good. That is not good at all. They could be 2-10. Now, that's definitely helps out the Columbus Blue Jackets. And if I'm a Columbus Blue Jackets fan, I'm hyped. You get Bogfist, who's a good defenseman. You get a first-round pick. How are you not upset about getting a first-round pick, especially a team that is starting the season 0-5? I have no idea what's going on with Chicago right now. They're just not playing well at all. Their coach seems to have given up. There's videos of him handing the team the clipboard, the drawing board, the white erase board to draw up the final minute play when they were down by 2 or 3 in their latest game. And that's just not what you want to see from a coach. That looks like a coach who has given up, which is very unfortunate for the Chicago Blackhawks. And they seem to have gone all in. They went from, what was that, 2 years ago, posting saying this team's going through a rebuild, they're sorry for their fans, just letting their fans know what they're doing, to getting Marc-Andre Fleury for free, who has played terrible so far this year, by the way, and signing Seth Jones to an 8-year, $9.5 million deal. Like, what is this team trying to do? Are they trying to contend? Do they see themselves as contenders, even though they said they weren't? Or do they still see themselves rebuilding? I don't know what this team wants right now. To me, with the way they're playing, they are not a very, very good team. That's pretty self-explanatory. They're 0-5. But I pretty much just wanted to talk about this whole trade between these two teams, because this is crazy to me. The fact that this is something that happened, and Columbus is probably like, no brainer. Maybe Seth Jones didn't even want to sign back in Columbus. He wanted to test free agency or go to a different team. And they get a first and a sick prospect defenseman. Why would you not take that? And not only that, Chicago's struggling. Columbus GM is looking like a genius. And if Columbus falls, and say that pick is in a top 3 or even a top 5 or even a top 10 pick, just it being a lottery chance for Shane Wright, this is a big trade. We have an Erik Karlsson Ottawa Senators San Jose Sharks moment all over again, where the Senators trade San Jose Sharks Erik Karlsson, get a first round pick back, and then Ottawa's here sitting at a top 5 pick and they get Stützle. Like, what? We're seeing that again here, or potentially, I should say, seeing that again here. The Chicago Blackhawks can still pick it up. They are only 0-5, and a big win against the Leafs tomorrow night, the time I'm recording this, could be huge. So by the time I upload this, they could either be 1-5 or 0-6, and either way, they're not looking very good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments your opinion. Do the Chicago Blackhawks pick it up? Do they end up being positive, maybe even make the playoffs? Some people had them making the playoffs in their predictions. Or do you see them just sucking this year and being a bottom team, and Columbus benefits with that first round pick? Let me know down in the comments. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, if you guys subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.